And here we are. We are back with two more amazing visionary filmmakers from where? The Boston Sci-Fi Film Festival, the 51st edition. Can you believe it? A half a century plus one. Boston Sci-Fi Film Festival is the oldest genre film festival in America. It has brought Academy Award winners to the screen. It has brought visionary filmmakers that have made full careers, and we have two right here now that are going to be doing the exact same thing. Can't wait to hear about their movies. Rebecca, we're going to start with you. Tell me all about it. What are you bringing to the festival?
Sure. I'm bringing The Space Architect, which is a 40-minute documentary about space architect Constance Adams, who designed habitats for getting to Mars and living on Mars, among other things. Yeah.
What was the movie? What was the Silent Running? I think it was called Silent Running, where they had
Mm.
there were greenhouses and everything like that in space, and I just thought that
Mm.
was so
Mhm.
fascinating. And here it
Mhm.
is. It's a documentary, so it's actually happening. Wow. How did you come across this?
Yeah. Constance and I met freshman week of college, and we kind of hung out, went different ways, and then our some reunion, we became friends again. And she was a space architect, contracted to NASA, working on these crazy tiger teams, designing futuristic uh, machines, beds. Uh, I mean, you name it, she was building it. So, and it was just so mind blowing to me. And when she asked me to sit down with her and record an interview, I was more than happy to do it because I was so intrigued.
What intrigued you?
I think there were three things that really struck me. One was she had built all this amazing stuff for Mars, but the more that she built for Mars, the more she fell in love with Earth. And she really started to think about space for Earth more and more, and had this idea that we could take all this technology and ways of thinking to design for long-term survival in outer space and apply it to Earth in response to climate change. If we started thinking about Earth and our communities on Earth as Martian communities, how might we live differently and make decisions differently? And her specialty was understanding what humans truly need. So she came at it from so many really different, interesting directions. So that was the first thing, was this mothership project that she wrote. Secondly, she was a huge science fiction fan. And I have to say that she would be so thrilled to have this film about her in this festival. She felt like science fiction had already solved so many problems that we were going to need to solve, and had explored it from so many different ways and asked the question, like, what could happen if? So I think she approached designing for space a lot in a really similar fashion to the way a lot of great science fiction approaches, what if? Um, and I knew that about her. And so I was intrigued about a mind that was able to move so fluidly between the sort of the fantastic nature of some science fiction, dystopian or utopian, and what would happen if we actually tried to do this on Mars. So I loved the fluidity of her mind. It was super fascinating. And then the last thing was she was a single mom by then. I was also a single head of household. I was a single head of household. We had children, and she had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I was so gutted at imagining a future without a mother. And I just felt like if the smallest thing that I could contribute was recording this incredible mind and this document that was her gift to her children and to all of us, and really make it come alive, then I wanted to take that opportunity to do that and to be of service in that way. So those were the three reasons why I made the movie.
Each one of them stands alone, but
Yeah.
that last reason, is she no longer with us? She's no longer with us?
She died after the interview. I don't want to say too much. because I'm really hoping that people will come to see the film. And she's
Sure.
very lively and very much alive and very excited about designing for space and what space can do for Earth. So we animated. The last thing I should say is we had boxes and boxes and boxes and all these notebooks of all of her notes and all of her designs and all of her thought processes. And we finally decided to animate them and to take them and bring them to life using her actual drawings and her actual writing. So it's a pretty lively romp through a brilliant mind who loved science fiction. So anyway, that's what the movie is.
And you're doing something quite wonderful. You're keeping that alive. You're keeping this and you're committing it. And yes, I wholeheartedly agree with your friend. Science fiction and horror films are clairvoyant. We think
Yeah,
we're watching some nightmarish flight of fantasy. No,
yeah,
we're watching the future. The next time
yes,
you get a flip phone and go watch a rerun of Star Trek,
yeah.
that says it all right there. And that's just, please let's not get started with AI.
Yeah. If I could add one thing to that, the other thing that we did, really wanting to preserve or share her legacy and her amazing mind, is we created some outreach materials, whether it's a science fair, we have a science fair project, we have a college curriculum using a tiger team to use the four lenses that she used: indigenous technology, um, geographic transfer, space transfer, and indigenous technology. I'm sorry, I'm sort of repeating myself because I don't have my notes in front of me. But she had these four lenses that she would look at every problem through, and science fiction. And we created a college curriculum to address local climate change problems using her way of thinking and this NASA style tiger team way of thinking. We also have a 1 day sprint for any institutions that might want to explore the ways that people could apply their local knowledge. Um, and we're going to have a really cool mothership project social media contest where people can share their ideas around climate change using these four lenses. So pretty excited to show the way her mind works to a wider audience.
That is absolutely brilliant. That is wonderful. I applaud her for all of this genius, and I applaud you for taking this and instead of just saying, "Oh, how sad she's gone," no, she's still here, and that's because of you. And I think that's absolutely amazing. She's also by doing it on Mars, she's doing a little thing that Rod Serling used to do. He knew the censors would not want parables about racism and bigotry and all of this, so he
Yeah.
makes them ghosts and robots. So
Yes.
okay, as long as she's on Mars, no one's paying any attention.
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
bring it home and let's see what we
That's
get.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant.
thank you.
When
Yeah.
is it happening? When is it happening at the festival?
It's happening on the 30. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's slipping my mind at the moment. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I don't have it at my fingertips. I don't want to say the wrong date.
You don't need it in your fingertips. Everyone else has it in their fingertips. Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen,
Sorry.
when you go to bostonsci-fi.com, and there's a full agenda of all the films and all the powerful work that's being done, all the guests, all the filmmakers, the whole works, and tickets. It's all there. So if you really want to see what the future looks like from a visionary, you go to bostonsci-fi.com and you get your tickets for this amazing documentary. Thank you so much. The festival is February 11th through the 16th, with the marathon starting at the 15th. Um, the cavalcade of clairvoyancy that's going to be at this festival, well, it's just like it was for 50 years before it. Thank you so much, and from all of us, I applaud you, and we certainly applaud your friend for this amazing work. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it whenever it is. Travis, tell us how you're changing the world.
I'm changing the world with a 11-minute short film. That's how I'm doing it. Just and pure entertainment. That's what my goal is.
Nothing better than pure entertainment. Tell me
Yeah.
all about it.
My film is HYPERBURN. It is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi action adventure comedy, all the genres I smashed into one. like I said, 11 minutes. At its heart, it's about a soldier who is fighting against sort of an alien resistance, and we begin the story with our hero lost in the desert. He picks up a signal way off in the distance, perhaps from his team. He goes off on the journey to find his team in this signal, and along the way, he meets a formidable foe and must fight to survive. So that's it in a nutshell. And I tried to pack in lots of sci-fi, and there's lots of lasers in this. Believe me, lots of lasers, and and some a lot of cool practical effects and stunts that we did as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We spent about 3 days in the desert in imperial sand dunes of California, which is where they filmed the Tatooine Jabba the Hutt barge sequence in Return of the Jedi. They filmed that out there in that
Really?
desert. So, yep,
Oh, that's so cool.
it's just miles and miles of sand dunes, and people use it to ride dune buggies and stuff around in, but it really helped build our world. And we didn't want to use green screen or anything like that, and it just like you see it on film, on this film, and you're like, yep, they are on another planet, it looks like. So
That's great. And I'm so glad you did it in reality. Now we can all, as we watch the film, we can all know that the actor, when he finished, he took off his shoes and he shook all the sand out of his shoes from it.
oh my gosh, every day was just, I was caked in so much sand every day. So yeah, I took a shower when I was done with the shoot, and it was just like a sandbox at the bottom of the shower, just pure sand.
Right. My father, whenever he would make a sandwich, he was one of those people who would pile the sandwich. You got your tomatoes, your onions, your lettuce, you give this sauce, that sauce, the meat, the whole, and the sandwich was usually about like this big when he finished, and there was no way that he could possibly eat it, but he adored it. And you're giving us that kind of film. You're piling it on. 11 minutes of pure sci-fi joy. We just sit back and go on a ride. How wonderful. How wonderful. What made you do it? What made you say,
um,
I'm going to do 11 minutes of a space opera? What made you do it?
what made me do it was I don't know, I'm just crazy, I guess. I really don't know. No, I had gone out to the Mojave Desert, which isn't the same desert, but the Mojave Desert has Kelso dunes, and I went hiking to the top of Kelso dunes. I wanted to get some long exposure of the stars and the moon and stuff. And I was just out there by myself at like midnight. I was like, this is so alien out here. This is incredible. And then just from there, my mind started going like, okay, why is it alien? What would a story take place here? What would someone be doing here? And I just kind of wrote this story in my mind and then wrote it down for real. And I was like, I gotta film this. This is too cool. Like, I gotta do this.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean about the science fiction storyteller. Rebecca, the way you spoke of your friend and why and how she thought science fiction of it. It takes a special person to just look up at the stars and see spacecrafts and battles and new technologies and everything. We need to laud the science fiction and horror film creators, uh, because that's where the future is going to come from. It's going to come from your minds, whether it's an enjoyable entertainment or it's trying to save the planet in some way. Your minds are handing us the future. Without you, there is no future. Uh, that's terrific. That's terrific. Just looked up at the stars and there you go. Travis, I give you a lot of credit. Good for you. Good for you. When's your movie going? When's your movie happening?
Mine is on the first day of the festival, so it is February 11th at the Shorts block that starts at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. All righty.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's 6 p.m. at the Somerville Theater in Somerville, Massachusetts, the Boston Sci-Fi Film Festival from February 11th through the 16th, with the marathon, the famous marathon happening as of the 15th. Go to bostonsci-fi.com for everything, and they got groovy swag, they got t-shirts and all other good things. So while you're getting your tickets, you might as well get your outfit for the event. And you could see two amazing films amongst the other 24 other amazing films and panels that are going to be there in lovely Boston. I was about to say sunny Boston, but no, not in February. But anyway, I want to thank you both. I'm really impressed by what I've heard. Can't wait to see them. And just thank you. Thank you for being visionaries. Well done.
Thank you for having us.
Quite all right. Quite all right. I shall, Travis, I'll see you in person. And
Yep.
I look forward to hearing a lot of accolades from your amazing documentary.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Ciao.